Hi, this is Mike Green at SES Toronto 2011 for the SES YouTube channel. And with me is TV presenter, author, journalist, social media expert, and apparently budding trapeze artist.
Trapeze is next on my list to conquer, but I have not had a chance yet. But there's been great Groupon deals, so who knows?
I'm waiting for my Groupon coupon. I didn't get it yet. So that was a great job. Thanks very much for that, Amber. A couple of things that came through. One of the things that I'm beginning to think now is, do you believe that we need kind of more Weinergates before companies really start to take social media seriously?
I think, the Weinergates of the world will really help companies understand that it's important to be on different social media platforms to build a presence there and to be able to actually communicate back if there's any type of issue in a really timely manner. So if the Weinergates keep happening, and the reality is there's going to be more people kind of flocking to these different platforms and understanding that they do need to participate online, even if they don't want to, they have to, because that's just the world that we live in.
And the other thing that was interesting, I think Canada might be a little more kind of ahead in terms of this idea of having a social media policy, because I deal with a lot of companies who really think they're doing social media, but they don't actually have a policy. So briefly, what should they actually be thinking about in terms of having a policy?
I would say for most organizations, the first thing you want to do is actually to put a social media policy in place. So it's really more guidelines to talk about how people within your organization should communicate on social media platforms, how people within those communities should actually communicate as well. As far as, imagine if you have a user that goes onto Facebook and they swear, what are your guidelines in place to say that, hey, we're going to remove that? It's nice to be able to post something on your website and say that we do not allow profanity because this is a family-friendly audience, and be able to set those expectations before something happens. And it's also great to be able to establish how quickly you're going to respond to something. So say if there's a social media emergency, if there's a Weinergate that takes place, that this gets escalated to a certain person and we respond within, say, 24 hours.
And I guess the other thing is those people that are taking social media more seriously now, it was interesting, a couple of examples that you gave of companies saying, for instance, we really want to do Twitter, but it turns out that Twitter is not the right medium. So if I was just thinking about putting this policy together and getting involved in social media, where do I start? Do I just go, well, we'll only do LinkedIn, or do I LinkedIn, Facebook, I'll do the whole thing?
Yeah, I think a really good idea is, once you're working on the social media policy, is also to determine what tools you're going to be using. And I think for most people, if you use 2 to 3 different tools to start out with, that is enough. But use tools that are right for you. If you have a big legal team that wants to review everything, maybe Twitter isn't right for you. Maybe you want to focus more on YouTube, where you can actually manage the content that goes into the videos before they get pushed out, Facebook and other platforms. So really think about the proper communities for you. Not every community is right for everybody, and roll those things into your social media policy and communicate them to your users as well, and point them back to your website where you should post that policy.
Okay, so you've written the book. You've got the TV series. What's next for you? What are you doing next?
Right now, I'm really focused on the mobile world and focused a lot on mobile opportunities in marketing. Next week, I'm speaking at an event in San Jose that's all about mobile learning. So that's an exciting space too. So I think, I'm going mobile, Mike.
Cool. Give the TV show a plug.
The TV show is App Central, and it is on CTV 5 times a week on different networks, and also at appcentral.ca.
All right, that's great. Thanks very much, Amber.
Thank you.